segment 2, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hersh and myself. Dial us on the web at ntnm.org. That's also the gate to watch us on YouTube, where, and I'm not kidding, over 30,000 of you have made the mistake of watching shows on the web at this point. We've only been doing this a little over a year or so. Pretty cool. Thank you so much. Community policing, caps24.org. But let's get right down to business. We have, what, in my opinion, one of the truly great events in the history of events coming up in this neighborhood on Monday, June 9th. And we want to urge all of you to go to Thillins and be there. And that is there's a police fire department softball game, which is always pretty cool. And it's something that's run by the Westridge Chamber of Commerce, the Tournament of Heroes. Yes. And it's one of the cool events in this neighborhood. So, Amie Zander,
hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, tell us about the game.
Well, the game, this is our 3rd annual this year. We're really excited about it. It's the 24th District Police Officers. Our new commander will be leading the team. They play the firemen in the neighborhood. From Engine 70 and Engine 71 is typically where they come from, which is California, and then the other one that's a little bit further east off Clark Street, Rosemont. And they come out, they play a softball game, 16-inch softball. It's a lot of fun. It's a family event, 9 innings. Great time. The firemen have won the past 2 years.
That's right.
So we're kind of going to see what happens. I know that the YMCA has given them some passes to both go out and work out and get prepared for the game this year. So it should be interesting to see what happens. And it's a great chamber. It's a good way for us to get our name out in the community, work with residents, work with CAPS, and the police and fire departments. We're really excited.
No, it sounds good, and that's Monday, June 9th at Thillins?
Monday, June 9th at Thillins. Gates open at 5:30, and the game is going to start at 6:30.
6:30, and sounds great, and actually I really love your public address announcer.
Huh. We do too. He does a great job for us doing our announcements.
No, I have a lot of fun, and it's my pleasure to participate. And I urge everybody to go there. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. And always, is Ms. Recordia going to be there again?
Ms. Recordia, the Heart Singers will be out again this year, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," the national anthem.
And they're led by Bob. I'm trying to think of his last name.
Eidenberg?
I'm sorry, Bob. I know
Bob,
you.
we know Bob. Bob and
he's the retired music teacher at Clinton for many years, and he's a really great community guy.
They do a great job.
Shows up at all the CAPS meetings, and I shouldn't have opened up my mouth, but hi, Bob, how you doing? Anyway, so there's all kinds of stuff you guys are always getting involved in. Let's talk a little bit about the special service area just for a minute.
Yeah, the SSA is on Devon Avenue. We do from Kedzie to Damon, and also Western from Arthur to Granville. So that's the designated special service area, number 43 in the city.
Right, and a special service area, basically, for those people who don't know, is that you the merchants have taxed themselves, and you.
They have. What happens is the city of Chicago comes in and we talk to the people who own the properties and say, would you like to take this tax on in order to have these special services provided for you above and beyond what the city can provide? So things like sidewalk sweeping, we now do that 6 days a week. We have a crew that goes out there and does that. That's something the city does not provide to anybody, any neighborhood. So we now provide that for Devon and Western.
Which I think is terrific. And definitely being a walker, I'm seeing there's definite difference in cleanliness on the street.
Yeah, it looks great. Our crew does a great job. They're out there every day except for Thursday. So that includes the weekends. They do the sidewalks, the curbs, the gutters, and they empty all the trash cans on the street, in addition to streets and sand, emptying them.
Yeah, how are the pigeons doing?
Well, actually, funny that you mentioned my friends, the pigeons. We've noticed there seems to be a little bit less of them because there's not much to eat because there's not as much garbage on the ground. So,
I was going to ask if some of the Indian restaurants are serving squab, maybe.
Never know. Never know. But yeah, actually, plus there's a lot of construction going on Devon and on Western, and that tends to, I think, scare them away a little bit. So
good.
I'm happy they're gone.
Yeah.
Or at least moving.
That's for sure. Now you got new garbage cans?
New garbage cans. We purchased, through the SSA, 4 solar-powered trash compactors. They're called Big Bellies. You can see them on Devon. There's one at Bell, Western, Rockwell, and at Richmond. They look like a big, tall, rectangular-shaped can. You pull it open like a mailbox. You dump your garbage in. It can't get out because there's a lid on the top. On that lid is the solar power, so it's
not going to blow out either.
It can't blow out like a regular can does. Yeah. It's not able to do that. They've got nice, brightly painted signs on the side letting you know what it is in case you see it and wonder what it is on the street. And people have been using them. They only have to be emptied about 3 times a week as opposed to every day, sometimes twice a day with our other cans because they can hold more with the compaction.
So actually that's going to save money for the city in the long run.
It does.
Garbage collection.
It does. Our hope would be to have only these on Devon at some point where then Streets and Sand wouldn't have to spend time on Devon. They could spend time in the neighborhoods then and not be dealing with our problems.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So long run.
Well, speaking of Streets and Sand, you know what? Do you know anything? I'm going to ask you. We don't rehearse things, but you know, there's a new organization that they're pulling the guys from Streets and Sand and all the rest of it, and the Northside Alliance, I think it is. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing this on purpose because their meeting is tonight while we're on the air.
Okay.
So I don't want to give them any publicity. I'm not a big fan. I invited them. For those who want to know, I invited them on the show. I don't think they want to be on TV. I'm more than happy to give them an opportunity. It's nice to see. I like the idea of a new community organization coming, although I think they don't seem to want to deal with any of the present organizations. They talk about police stuff, but they don't talk to the camps people. They talk about, you know, the Streets and Sand stuff. Do they talk to the chamber? Do they actually?
Not really. We haven't really been invited to any of their meetings. I did meet with them one time, not me personally, but a group about a year ago about cleanup. We talked about the SSA a little bit. Nothing since then. I haven't heard much from them. I'm not on any of their mailing lists or anything.
No, I haven't been getting stuff from them either. I will say I did some research on them, and it was kind of interesting because they're basically the people pushing them, the people doing this is really a community organization in Albany Park. And,
Albany, yeah, I have heard that.
And you know, and I did my research. This is basically an organization that boosts immigrants and low-cost housing.
Oh, okay.
So they're for immigrant rights. They're trying to get. I personally, we have a lot of low-cost housing in the neighborhood already.
We do.
You know, a lot of set-asides for that sort of thing. I really not interested in seeing more. They're boosting immigrants' rights like crazy. They're associated. Their main associations are actually with churches from Asia, Asian-type churches. You're talking about Islamic stuff. You're talking about you know Philippines. I don't know about China exactly. But basically more that part of the world, you know, the far end. Sure. I don't know what the politically correct word for that anymore is, but and I'm not going to worry about it either. But basically, their whole deal basically is they want immigration and low-cost housing for people like that. They would love to take over the neighborhood and don't make use of any of the existing resources in the neighborhood. And I don't necessarily want to get you involved in it, but I did want to ask you if. Because how do you mess on the Chamber's a great resource. CAPS is a great resource, and they're not hitting on any of that stuff. So let's talk about good stuff.
All right.
Okay. Now, what else? Are there other things that people? You know, you guys hold monthly meetings. You have networking luncheons and all that.
We do. We have our monthly networking event. It's the first Tuesday of every month. All are welcome to come. They're from 5:30 till 7:30. We rotate to all of our different member business locations. So if anybody's interested in coming, they can go to our website and look at our list there and see where the next event is. And your website is? It's www.westridgechamber.org. And if you click on events, it'll take you right to the page where you can see all of our events that we have going on. But
and you've got some really pretty cool events. You try to help different people in the neighborhood business-wise. You actually offer seminars and things to help. We do. We're actually we're hosting a How to Network seminar coming up in June. That's going to tell people, you know, what to do when you go to a meeting, your elevator speech, how to prepare that, how to, remember to shake hands and not sit in the corner and not talk to anybody when you come out to a meeting. Because there are people that do that and then want to know, well, geesh, I didn't get any business. How come? Well, we're going to teach people the proper way to network and how to grow their business. So that'll be in June in conjunction with a few other chambers of commerce in the neighborhood. That sounds good, but primarily let's remember the June 9th, which is a Monday. Yes. You're talking about the third annual, which is so cool, Tournament of Hero softball games between the police department and the fire department with the Misericordia Heart Singers, or Heart Singers, I forget. Zingers, yeah, with a Z. And for more information about the chamber and the game, you go to our website, go to the website, westridgechamber.org, or you can call me, Amie, at 773-743-6022. At this point, I want to thank you very much, Amie Zander, the Executive Director of the Westridge Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank my entire technical crew, Sonny Hersh. Check us out on the web at ntnm.org, and you can watch us on YouTube. The links are on there, as well as communitypolicingcaps24.org. I'm your host, Amie Meyers. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.